What's up everyone, Amisbro here, and in this video we have an announcement and a question. Well, it's kind of an announcement, it's more like an update, but you'll understand in a second. As a matter of fact, we'll take care of that first because it's a bit involved. On my YouTube page right now, I have a playlist up, and it specifically says Amisbro's Anime Reviews. Now you'll notice that on my channel I have, or if you go through my videos, you'll notice I have Amisbro's Anime Reviews, but I also have Crunchyroll Reviews. And that's going to get a separate playlist. I didn't even realize that I was doing it that way until recently, until I did the one for Black Butler. But for me it kind of works. And here's how it's going to work from now on. Okay? Now there are a few exceptions in the one playlist, which I'll explain. That was before I came up with this rule. But from this point forward, this rule is going to be in effect, and I'll explain what it is. The Amisbro Anime Reviews section is only for series that I have in my personal collection. Okay? I have to own the series to review it, the series or the movie, to review it for you guys. Okay? Now, I do have, and I have to be able to go from start to finish. OVAs are not necessarily going to count. Movies will, though. For example, I'll give you an example of this. Let's take this. This is Mobile Suit Gundam Wing. Now, this is going to get an anime review at some point. There are 49 episodes, either 49 or 50 episodes, and there's the movie Endless Waltz at the end. Okay? I'm going to review the series and the movie separately, like I'm going to do with the OVAs of Black Butler at some point. I have to physically own it, like I own this. We have, let's see, you to know Prince Town, because I don't think I actually reviewed this yet. And at some point I did the Road to 200 for Sailor Moon, and I might actually redo that. And I may redo it simply because I want to know what the good stuff is. Not the potential to be good stuff that could turn out to be shit called Sailor Moon Crystal, which gagged me. That was like the stupidest name ever. And you're going to get a review of this at some point. This is Galkin's Avid Boys Love Hyper, a 12-episode anime, which came out back in, I want to say, 2008-ish or so. So it's been a while. I did watch this, though, not that long. Watched this, I want to say, about a year ago or so. Animation still holds up, so. So that's the type of things you'll see on that playlist. On the Crunchyroll list, those are specifically going to be animes that I have streamed through Crunchyroll's website. And I must have at least seen the first season start to finish, which is why you have a review for Kuroko's Basketball up already, because that's Season 1. Season 2 is still airing currently in Japan and also simulcasting through Crunchyroll here in the US. When that season's finished, I will be doing that season, and if it is the final season of the series, it will be a series review. Okay? Just to give you an idea of overall how the series was. But the first review will actually still stay up. Okay? Just so we're clear. Now, again, the series must have been, I must finish the series, and I don't care how long it takes me, I have to, this is for either of them, I have to finish it, start to finish, and then you get the review as I promise. Okay? But those are for series that I don't own, and it cannot have had a physical release. There's a series that would disqualify itself from a Crunchyroll review, and that is called Boku SS, or Secret Service. And I am going to buy that series at some point, purchase it from Amazon, because it has a physical release. And when I do, and I finish it, you will get the review on it in the other section. So the series must not have a physical release, and I must have sat through it on Crunchyroll's website, which is why I'm kind of debating how I'm going to do Yuta Pri, because season 1 is currently available on Amazon. Season 2 is on excuse me, on Crunchyroll, and then there's the special episode that came out, which is on YouTube, which I have not watched because I made a promise I would not watch it until around Christmas time. I actually told a friend of mine who's a fan of the show that I won't be watching it until then. So, those are the two playlists that you're going to be seeing, and there's going to be heavy activity involved in them. Because I'm telling you this now, okay? You're going to probably see more anime reviews than you're going to see gaming reviews. The reason is because gaming, to me, at least modern gaming, has fell off. Okay? Don't get me wrong, there's some good games, but I think sometimes people in the gaming community openly rip games just for the sake of ripping them, when sometimes the games they praise, I think, get overly praised. Trust me, I could name at least one game that I felt got way too much goddamn praise that bored me within 20 minutes. Okay? That was The Last of Us, but that's a whole other story. Anyway, so you're going to be seeing a lot more of those reviews on this channel. Okay? The next Crunchyroll review that we are going to do is for a basketball anime called, I believe it's called Dear Boys. I'll also double check that, but I'm pretty sure that's the name of it. It's a basketball anime. It's 26 episodes long. It was only one season, so that's not going to be a problem. And I might be able to get through in like 2 nights, depending on how I'm feeling about how I want to go through the episodes. Because when I watched Grogu's Basketball's first season, I was like watching like 6 or 7 from like 8 o'clock to like 1 in the morning. Okay? So depending on how I'm feeling, I might try to get through the series as quickly as possible. Not because I don't want to watch it, because I want to get the review to you ASAP. Also, I'll tell you this now. All my live reactions for the show will be on my Tumblr, amisbro.tumblr.com. Go there if you want to check those out, but you will get the actual review, on my channel the minute I finish it. And that is a promise I will keep. Okay? So, that is that. But now I have a question for you. And this is going to be a big thing for me. When you watch Japanese anime, okay, now this is more for the anime people, but if you are a person that watches anything, I don't care if you're watching Supernatural, if you're watching Doctor Who, if you're watching Sherlock, if you're watching whatever, okay? What draws you into those particular series? Now, I'm going to speak on the anime side because that's more what I've been geared into, although you may see some J-drama reviews, and I'm trying to decide excuse me, what playlist I'm going to do for those, because I do want to do some more of those for you. But when you watch your animes, what do you look for in them? Okay? That's my question. Is it the animation? Is it the voice acting? Is it the music? Because a good example of the music would be, say, I don't know, this Utapuri, which has some of the best music out there. But is it the animation? Is it the voice acting? Is it the music? Is it the story pacing? Is it the way that they were able to progress the plot and the story through each episode from start to completion? Because I'm telling you, out of everything, probably, for me, story progression, and in some cases, to a lesser degree, voice acting is a big thing. And I'll tell you why I say that. Okay? The voice acting. When we were reviewing Black Butler last night, I mentioned how some characters spoke so softly I could barely hear them. But then others were talking like I do sometimes when I'm doing these videos, and you could hear them plain as day. And some characters were kind of in the middle and you could still hear them. Like Ash, okay? The Queen's Messenger. He was soft spoken enough, but not enough that I wanted to crank up my volume to like 25 to be able to hear him. Okay? It's pretty bad when the music that plays for the opening songs is louder than most people's audio track when they're talking. Brina Palencia, aka CL Phantom Hive, was probably the greatest offender of this. Because at times, as I mentioned, I think, it sounded like Brina was mumbling into the microphone. Because I couldn't hear her. Now, it could have been the fact that I was sitting here and my TV's over there, but even so, my TV, I have to turn my volume down sometimes because of how loud it's getting. That, I had to turn it up because I couldn't hear them. That's just the way it worked. Animation's not a big thing for me. I mean, we did season 1 of Kuroko's Basketball, which came out about, 4 years ago? I have to double check myself. And the animation's that way. We're going to be doing the Dear Boys one, I believe it's called. And the animation's maybe a step down, but as long as the voice acting and the story progression are engaging enough, I don't give a fuck. The animation can be whatever it wants to be. As long as I'm, able to follow the story from episode 1 to episode 26, because it's 26 episodes, I don't care. Do what you want with the story. You get what I'm saying? By the way, when this for me also, with the story progression, character development is a big thing. And what's funny is I didn't mention this last night in the Black Butler review, but I don't think there was enough character development, honestly, within the 36 episodes of Black Butler. I just don't think it was there. Because the story progression was all over the place. It was either moving too quick, or it was moving too or it was moving too slow, and you were then just wondering if it was an endurance test. So, to not have the character development like you should have, it kind of annoys you as a watcher. Okay? Because you also, when I say character development, how do the characters interact with whoever the lead character is? Do you get what I'm saying? This series right now is one of my primary examples of how to do character development right. Yes, it was a 13 episode season, and the next season is only 13 episodes. But here's the thing. They were able to develop these characters and tell you a story about, excuse me for a second, about Itoki, about Seo, Ren, you get what I'm saying? Ichinos, Natsuki, and Haruka. Okay? Not picture Cecil. They were able to develop all the characters well enough within 13 episodes and keep the story arc in mind that you're not going to be bored to death with it. That you don't have to somehow remind yourself what the entire plot line is. That's one of the key things you will ever see. If I ever give a series a bad score, and I tell you not to see it, the plot progression and the character development are the two biggest reasons. Okay? Because there are times, I swear to Christ, people forget how to tell a story. They do this in professional wrestling, and it bugs the fuck out of me. Trust me. But in anime, it's even worse because if you have a short series, say it's only one season, it's going to be like between 6 to 12 episodes. You better have your storytelling on point, because otherwise you're all fucked up. You have nothing. That's just the way it is. And I'm not, by the way, I'm not claiming to be some critically acclaimed author or anything. But I know what I want in my stories. I want not just the lead character to grow and develop, but I want all the characters to mature around that lead character. I don't care if you're the villain. I want you to show me that you can freak out every so often. I want to see that even as a villain, you have a heart. Do you know that two of my favorite characters were villains in Sailor Moon? Nephrite and Zoisite. Okay? They were both villains, but, and this was the biggest thing in the first season, they evolved from just being heartless bastards to you understood their story and why did Nephrite turn against Green Barrel. You know, you understood in many respects the relationship between Zoisite and Kunzite. It's why Sailor Moon is one of the most enduring animes for 2 fucking decades, and I don't want this other season to just piss on its legacy. Trust me. And people think I might just be repeating this stuff just to pad out the video. No, this is basic shit that, you know, we fail to look at. as viewers, at times, we're drawn to the character, but for the wrong reason. We're drawn to the character because, oh, they have a cute smile, they have a nice body, they have good-looking hair, they may be a closet homosexual. No, trust me. There are people that are in quote-unquote fandoms that the main reason that they like characters or they pair them or ship them together is because they think the writers are trying to tell you that they are that way. And it bugs the fuck out of me. I've been an otaku for 17 goddamn years. I think I know the difference. Trust me. It pisses me off. Ugh. Anyway, the point of that whole thing is you have to be able to see the characters grow and then by proxy also be able to grow with them. And the stories around the characters has to be able to also make you give a fuck. Okay? If they don't, where are we then? Do you see the problem? You know, I sometimes wonder if these writers that make these TV shows that are out now need to get slapped upside their fucking head for putting nothing but goddamn fan service in it. Anywho, apologize for the rant. But that's what I want to hear. I want to hear from you. When you're watching an anime, what is the one thing, or where are the groups of things that you specifically look for in it? You know, is it the voice acting? Is it the storytelling, or story pacing? Is it the character development? Is it the animation? Is it the music? What is it? Please let me know in the comments, because I would love to hear your opinion on this. My name is Amisbro. You have a great evening, and I may talk to you tomorrow, because I ain't done. I got some other things I want to talk about, especially in the anime world. Y'all have a good night.